Here's the church.
Yeah.
Here's the steeple.
Uh-huh.
Open it up.
Yeah.
And here's the wrestling news.
Oh, these are getting worse.
Yes. A major Kevin Owens to AEW tease has been dropped on us. Has Sting's next AEW match been revealed? And Cody Rhodes' first match back in AEW has been revealed, and we'll talk about it in a bit. Big Kev is the talking point. No, not the Nash one. Lewis in our work chat is giving me all this for calling Kevin Owens Big Kev.
Yeah. I mean, you're just not going to win that fight. I think against
Lewis used to be a wrestler.
Lewis. Yeah. And Lewis has got a lot of respect for Big Kev.
He has got a lot of respect.
A lot of respect.
Who am I to doubt Lewis in our chat?
Big Daddy cool. Look at him.
He is the daddiest cool. So Kevin Owens has very much been the talking point of the industry since he popped those coordinates to Mount Rushmore on his Twitter the other day. Yeah, cheeky so-and-so. And then details have emerged of his contract expiring in January as opposed to 2023. And here comes John Albert. A wild John Albert appears. Formerly of Spectrum Sports 360.
Fight items, run.
John Albert, use push. It's not effective. Now of the Living the Gimmick podcast, what has John had to say on the matter?
So he says, in speaking with some WWE sources throughout the day, there's very much an internal belief that Owens is gone at the end of his WWE deal. He's dropped multiple hints on social media in the last 24 hours that allude to him being AEW bound. Of course, we'd all kind of suspected this ever since the Mount Rushmore tweets, and I think we've been...
It's continued.
We're getting Kevin Steen back.
Big Steeny boy is coming back. I was watching that there's that iconic Mount Rushmore promo where they all got together. I watched that today. It's very sweary, but it's very good. But Kevin Owens changed his Twitter location, because that's how we do things now. He changed his Twitter location to almost there, to which Young Bucks changed their location to there.
Oh!
See what
Can you imagine there? Kevin Owens with all of the chains off, with nothing kind of limiting him, with that level of creative freedom?
It would be unreal to see that because Kevin is such a creative soul.
Do you reckon he'll go back to PWG for a little bit and do some stuff all over?
And that is the most appealing part of anybody making that jump to AEW, is that it's a full-time role within AEW, but then you have the room for manoeuvre to other places.
Yep, which is what people should be allowed to do in the first place.
Yes.
But, this is going to be so good. This is going to be so good.
AEW loves supporting the other promotions.
But feel that at some point we may be like, he's signed a new contract. And I don't think that would surprise me because Kevin Owens is one of these people that I feel WWE need to keep a hold of.
Absolutely.
They need to keep a hold of Owens. So I think they're going to throw a lot of money at him, but if he's not interested in that, then it's starting to get very one-sided.
In fact, funny you say that, there's a video going on later today, which is my reasoning for Kevin Owens staying in WWE. There's multiple reasons why WWE should desperately try and keep Kevin Owens on the books, and as opposed to kind of going, let's book some dream matches for Kevin Steen. I was like, well, let's actually say why Kevin needs to stay in WWE rather than follow everybody else away. And we have some compelling arguments on the YouTube channel later on.
I can see the comments now. Stop trying to ruin nice things. Why don't you want to go to AEW, Tom? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Tom?
Your AEW bias is showing. Also, you're anti-AEW. Which am I? Doesn't matter, really. I'll be both. Why not both?
We're just shills for everything. That's what we do.
Well, here's the thing, right? Because if we were shills for everything, I would go, oh my God, I can't believe Sting's next match in AEW is going to be against Tully Blanchard. That's amazing. I can't get behind that.
It confuses me massively. It confuses me massively that we could be staring down a Tully Blanchard Sting match.
Tully basically teased a matchup with Sting on Dynamite last night, and there is a strong possibility that they may give us a special attraction match between Tully Blanchard and Sting. And do you know what?
I'd want to see it out of weird curiosity. No. And they might be able to just keep it between the four the four sides and. I've got to be, Matt game.
I've got to be the better obscure company and go, no, we don't need Tully Blanchard and Sting.
Do you not? There's no part of you curious about how that would go down?
No.
I am. Oh, I'm
really not.
I just want to see what it would be like.
Not. We can't get angry at WWE for going, here's some codgers, have a lovely day, and then go.
But at the same time, I say the same thing about WWE. Usually, it's like nobody really wants it, but I'm curious about it. It's
if we're getting it anyway, then it'll be what it'll be.
I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, Tully Blanchard, as we all know, his most iconic moment is being the only good wrestler on that Legends of Wrestling pay-per-view in 2000. He did some other stuff before then.
Just a little bit of other stuff.
That's kind of what we know about him. So, Blanchard and Sting, you're game for this.
As I said, it's not something I would deliberately go out of the way to book or, turn into a storyline or have it become this big blown out thing. But if they're going to run it, I'm going to watch it.
Like watching a squirrel fight a badger. I don't necessarily want to see that, but I'm drawn to it.
Yeah, I want to know who's going to win.
On the other side of the coin, top indie star has now joined AEW. We can confirm that Lee Moriarty is all elite, and I'm delighted. Moriarty's great. There was a lovely moment where he took his mask off on AEW, and as soon as people realised it was Lee Moriarty, you could see the crowd go, "Oh, it's Moriarty!" He's so good, like a real grafter across the indie. I seem to think during WrestleMania weekend, during WrestleMania week, he was everywhere, was Moriarty.
Yeah, I remember his name being all over the place, like all over the place. So, he's hopefully got a platform here with AEW that he's going to be able to, continue his independent career, as we've just said before about Kevin Owens. Kevin Steen, potentially. But it allows him to have that platform for AEW to hopefully get in front of a TV audience more and establish that name further.
I'm excited to watch the rise of Moriarty, something that Sherlock Holmes never ever said. Staying with AEW, Final Mob, Cody is back. Yay! Cody's back.
He's beat your friends. He's gonna beat your wrestling favourites.
So Cody's match, his return match, has been announced, and it is the second match to be announced for AEW Grand Slam, which is coming out of Arthur Ashe. Who's Cody getting in there to scramble with?
Now, you're all gonna need to just sit down. Just take a second, breathe deeply, just in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just a couple of times more. It's Malachi Black.
Hey!
This is going to be a good match, but don't beat him, Cody, don't beat him.
I have a lot of fun in the office winding up Jack about how Cody Rhodes is just always coming back to save the day from all the wrestling baddies. And Jack was saying, I don't think he's just going to come back and beat Malachi Black. And when it was announced that it was going to be Rhodes versus Black, I think Jack's face dropped. He's like, I think you know where this about to go.
I'd give anything for it to just be ding, 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 Black Mass 1, 2, 3. Could you imagine?
Book it, you cowards.
Because Cody would be rocked by that, and you would get some actual genuinely good interaction between them maybe after that, because Cody's going to want to prove himself, and Malachi Black's maybe going to be like, no, I've already beaten you. And it'll just be like, maybe we can do that.
Cody and Malachi Black, part of AEW Grand Slam. I would not be surprised if we see Daniel Bryan and Kenny Omega in there as well, maybe.
Yes, I reckon, it's
They're getting to that very quickly.
They are, and it feels like it's a money match, and if you're going to do it, you may as well do it quickly. If you're not that bothered about a build, just get it in there.
Yeah.
You don't need all the time in the world. You just need enough to pepper in little bits here and there, and then people just want to see the match. People wouldn't care if it was just listed as an exhibition.
Yeah, just crack straight on with it. Yeah. Crack straight on, and good luck to you. Twitch.tv/Cultaholic for Sam Driver later on today.
Yes.
Do a big long stream, just gonna...
potentially, yeah. It's my last stream for a bit, because I'm off for a couple of Thursdays, I think, or I might be off for just the one, I'm not quite sure.
Either way,
I'll be off next week, maybe the week after, so I think I might go a little bit longer tonight, and we'll see what we're going to get up to.
Twitch.tv /Cultaholic. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Stay safe. Have a good day.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Love you, bye.